Hey there, friends. Welcome to another episode of Sass and Surrender. I am your host, Drew, or Drew Spanks on FET.
And I'm your other host, Fly, or I Fly Away on FET.
And today we are talking about positions.
Spanking positions.
Spanking positions that we use all the time. And we thought it would be cool to kind of go through what they are, what they mean, the different ways to do them.
Yeah, and some of the different physical aspects of them,
Feelings, what we like from the top, from the bottom, I guess.
I feel like this is going to give you bad ideas, but...
Oh, yeah? Bad ideas?
Well,
or good ideas?
Really ideas I don't like.
I mean, I pretty much have all the ideas.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be good because I don't think a lot of people know. We use the lingo. I feel like in the Spanko world, we use the lingo a lot. We'll be like, oh, TK, or I don't know.
No, I just meant you'll get a lot more insight on why I hate certain positions.
Oh.
That's what I meant.
To use against you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't see the bad in that.
Yeah, you're the one doing the spanking.
That's true. That's true. Yeah,
right.
So let's kind of get into it. So,
speaking of OTK, tell the people, for those who don't know.
It's like I knew what I was doing when I mentioned that.
Although I feel like if you're at the point of listening to our podcast, you've probably figured that one out. But
one would think.
But OTK, maybe not. If you are that new, welcome to the community, and thanks for listening. And we hope that you learned some stuff from us.
Yeah. Well, because I think what actually kind of confused me about this saying about this position was I feel like, I don't know if you were into this, but I skateboarded and did that kind of stuff when I was back in high school and stuff. But they had OTK socks. Do you remember that?
No.
It was I think they're called OTK socks. They're the tube sock skater socks.
Yeah.
Over the knee socks. I don't know.
Take a guess. Did I skateboard in my youth?
I don't think it would have been good.
You shouldn't. I don't do things like that.
Oh, going out and physical activity.
Ones that you can fall easily and get hurt easily.
You're a bit of a klutz.
A little bit.
At least that makes the marks on your butt a little bit more believable.
That's true.
Somebody asks and be like, well, you know how klutzy she is.
She just bumps into everybody. Actually, once when I was a vet tech, I had this bruise on my wrist that I really have no idea where it came from. I hit something and don't even remember. And this chick freaked out and she grabbed my hand and she was like, who grabbed you? And I'm like, you're grabbing me right now.
You're like, ow.
And I was like, no one. She didn't believe me. I'm like, I swear, I'm very clumsy, I assure you.
Very clumsy. Anywho. Squirrely rabbit hole.
All right, what's OTK go?
So I said it already because I was talking about the socks, which I don't even know if I'm right on, but over the knee.
Yeah.
So it's kind of honestly, it's kind of over the knee, but over the leg is kind of.
Yeah, and there's different. I actually just recently did a poll on FET because, OTK is probably one of the most classic positions. It's definitely my favorite. And we can talk about that in a little bit. But I did a poll on FET, how do you prefer to OTK? So there is different positions that are really all kind of count as over the knee too. So you could be over both legs, completely across your lap.
Yep.
And then over one knee, which is how you usually do
do that. Yep.
And then, or straddled over one knee.
Mm-hmm. Well, I will say for me, I don't know why, but the over both legs is just weird for me. As the top. I mean, I don't know how it is for the bottom, but for me as the top, it just feels odd. I feel like you're restricting my movement, of my legs.
I was really surprised that was the winner of the poll.
It's weird.
I was very surprised by that because I'm definitely more a fan of you
just one
over
one
knee, or I feel like in most situations where I've been over both laps, over both legs over the lap, you start kicking and squirming and you end up going over one knee anyway, so you can get leg locked and stuff.
Yeah,
but that was the winner.
It feels like I feel like that position immobilizes me. So I also don't really know what I'm hitting to a certain point because you kind of dig into my stomach.
Yeah.
you
You don't
just
have as
tend
good
to
of a
lean.
range.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of like reaching over with my arms. Now, like if I had like long arms or like cameras on my arms or something, then it would work. But like I can't. I don't know what I'm hitting on the other side. Like
Right, as
it could
well.
be thigh, hip, leg. I mean, I don't. It's hard to tell. Like the one side, and then what I feel like in that position is I just end up giving way too much attention. Now I'm right-handed, but I give way too much attention to the left cheek of the spanky.
Because it's right.
Yeah, because it's like right there, an access, or like I can only see one part of the right cheek, so I'm really giving that part a lot of like attention
You don't
and
see
not
as
really,
much.
yeah, I can't see as much. So I think it like, I don't know. That's why I don't really prefer like the both.
No, we're definitely one-leg people.
Yeah,
One-leg people.
one-leg
We
people.
have,
We're one-legged people.
we are
When it
not
comes to the
one-leg. We are
spankings,
not one-legged people.
we are just we're two-legged people that spank.
Over one leg.
Over one leg. We prefer the one leg. But I will say, if you're on a bed, you're really not gonna have like
No,
any
and you
choice if you do over the knee like that, because you can't like have them lay over one leg and then like you're
no,
like,
but I feel like that's maybe more like on a couch, I could see where you're like kind of all squished in.
mm,
And that, like, I feel like on a bed, you're very much more flat over the lap. So it's
yeah.
like a little different.
I just like to be comfy. Like when
Yeah.
I'm spanking, like I want to feel, well, like I am in control, but I want to feel like I'm in control, like of the movement, of just everything, because like with OTK, the reason I like it so much is because I really feel like I'm connected with the bottom when I'm spanking them. It's that like human nature thing, like the like skin on skin, like
Right. So, yeah. So there's different types of OTK, but let's talk about just the general. I think that's the most classic position that I would say probably most Spankos would say is their favorite.
yeah, it's like nostalgic and
It's
good.
nostalgia. Yeah. It's got that discipline kind of feel. Like
Yeah,
that's how you punish, naughty little girls.
naughty little girls. Love punishing the naughty little girls in my life. Yeah, so I think that's good. So that's the double leg OTK. It's an option. I just don't like using that much. So the one I prefer is the one leg version. It does allow me to like, if I'm giving her a real good walloping, like it allows me to kind of see everything move, see how she's reacting, see if she's squirming kind of back and forth, and it lets me, like, if I need to like restrain her, you can do what's known as a leg lock, where it's basically just like putting your other free leg over her leg so she can't like kick up and get in the way and that kind of thing. And it's you have all the power in that moment, because I don't know if you knew this, babe, but we're in like a power dynamic.
Aren't we?
A power dynamic. But yeah, it gives you all the power in that moment, because like in the position she's in, like unless she like can get some kind of leverage, like that leg lock will like secure her in, and kind of, you can tell me if you feel this way. The way I feel you feel is like you're like, okay, here we go. This is
Oh, yeah.
inevitable. Now that I'm locked into place.
Oh, yeah, you definitely feel that vulnerability and, you can't move and you feel, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like you can't, and like sometimes what she'll do is like once I like engage leg lock, she'll like reach back and like want to hold my hand, and then that's even more of like a vibe of
Yeah,
being in
pinned
power.
down with your hands
Pinned
behind
down.
your back,
I
right?
mean,
Well, you don't do it behind my back a lot. You mostly just hold it at my side or we hold hands, but it's still kind of that same like
yeah, like I grip her wrist sometimes. Like sometimes we hold hands, sometimes I'll grip her wrist, and I'll do that out in public too. Like I think it's funny. I like doing it out in public because it gives me those vibes, and it's a very like subtle way of being like, "Hey, babe, I'm in control," right?
Yeah,
And
like when you force me to hold the cart when we're shopping.
oh, I love that. Yeah, I forced her to hold the cart. Like we go to Costco and we've got these big carts, and like if she like, because I don't want her to wander off. I don't have a spare balloon around, which is my favorite way I've seen to keep track of your partner. Just tie a big red balloon to them and you see where they're walking
I'm
throughout
not
the
that
store.
short.
I mean, you might be. But yeah,
you lose me pretty easily in the store.
I do that too. Like, so I'll grab her hand. We're in the store and I'll grab her hand and I'll just be like, you hold onto the cart. And she's like, what if people see us and like wonder? And I'm like, they'll know that I just want to keep track of you.
Or he'll like hold my hand onto the cart if I'm being bratty about it and like purposely walking away, which is fun too.
I always just wonder if like anyone, I'm sure no one sees this, but we sure do have a good time with it. But yeah, I enjoy holding her wrist while doing over the knee and like kind of restraining her legs. It's a very vibey position.
Yeah, as a bottom, it makes you feel small and
really?
Yeah, like it definitely puts you more in like a little headspace, and I'm sure when like yeah, I feel like it's definitely got that little.
Do you feel like it lets you like take the pain or the spanking more? Like if you're struggling, it's really hurting, and then you like reach back for my assistance and like.
Oh, I think you holding my hand does.
Okay.
I don't think walking my legs necessarily does.
Gotcha.
No, I don't think walking my legs does. Definitely the hand holding does, because I feel like, well, like I squeeze you a lot. And, that to me is like, even if it's a hand, like even if you're grabbing my wrist or if it's more restraining thing, I don't know. For me, that's always like a comfort thing. Like I'm here for you kind of thing, even though,
No, I'm beating your butt.
Yeah.
I'm here for you in this moment of pain.
But it is like that.
Yeah, that's
like,
cute. I
yeah.
like it.
Well, I suppose you're so much in all of your spanking comes from such a caring place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which let's not go squirrel on that, because that could be that's a good topic idea, like types of topping.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Like what? Like whipped cream or like
You're such a dork.
Hot fudge.
That's
Okay, so yeah,
okay,
that's what she meant for
anyway.
sure. Hey, whatever kink you like.
So
we did hold on, I know we're scrolling here. The idea. I know, we've only done one position. I'm sure the friends out there are enjoying this. I will say, so food play, and this is a whole nother kink. What?
You're so squirreling. Go ahead.
I'm very squirreling, but so food play, it always sounds so hot, like in all the movies and all the talks. It sounds great. And like I brought it up with Fly, and she's like, well, it's just like not realistic. But the other day, I don't even remember how it happened, but there was like whipped cream or something.
I was making hot cocoa dip.
She was making hot cocoa dip for a Christmas party. And I don't know why I came out, but I stuck my finger in it and put it on her in like a couple spots and licked it off and was like, I could get into this. Maybe I am.
You have to do it like really small and quick. Like you do one little spot and you lick it off. Like you can't do like, if you try to do like the whole body of whipped cream and lick it, like it's gonna melt.
It's gonna be a mess.
But if you do it in very small amounts, or like chocolate syrup, that's gonna get everywhere. You just gotta do something you can just real quick.
And I'm a hot fudge versus chocolate syrup guy, so I would rather the hot fudge rather.
As he squirrels again.
Anyway, so back to OTK. So then the other position we were talking about is straddling the knee. So
that's the hot one.
That's a hot position. That's an intimate position.
Yeah,
I feel like
there is a lot of comments about that one just ends in fooling around, wet pants,
very wet pants. And on the wet pants note, one of the things I love in a spanking, and I think a lot of bottoms avoid it because they know that the tops love this, is I love gray panties. Like when you're spanking, because you can see all the excitement and it's a natural thing and we love it. So I'm just going on a limb on there. But anyway, so over the knee, straddling the leg is such a hot position. It gives the vibes, like depending on what your sexual preference is when it comes to these things, like cause some people like penetration versus like stimulation or whatever. But if you're like a stimulation kind of girl, like that over the knee thing, I mean, the pressure from the knee, the place that I position Fly when we do this is like, I want to make sure that she's positioned like right on the tip of my knee when I'm spanking her, because all the pressure is, like placed. I know we're getting like super sexual in this, but like all the pressure in that
Warning, this is a podcast for adults.
It is a podcast for adults. It's listed as explicit. But all the pressure in that spanking is like put like right like on like she's balancing almost exclusively on like her clit. So it's very, very exciting.
Yeah.
And
that's
even
definitely
just
an erotic OTK.
Erotic OTK
position.
Like I wouldn't recommend doing that with somebody that you're not like wanting to do more with, because it's going to be very sexually frustrating for them if you're just trying to give them a spanking and then you're like, all right, you're done.
That's not a
hop off.
Meet a new person OTK decision we recommend.
Don't do
Although generally over the knee is probably one of the best for like beginners or people getting to know each other.
Yeah.
Obviously it depends on implement. Like I don't want to get too much into that because we've done an implement thing, but longer implements, straps, big paddles, like they don't always lend themselves to over the knee. But
you have to be careful with that because not every implement is going to lend itself to that, because if it's too long, you're going to end up wrapping way too far or not even be able to get like a good swing.
Right. You can't get the leverage on it.
Yeah. It's good for a warm up, good for like hand. I mean, hand OTK is classic.
We do a lot of small paddles, OTK.
Yeah, like hairbrushes, small paddles. Like just tonight, like I spanked her with the Jacari paddle, and that was over the knee. And that's a bigger
paddle. Yeah, that's a big paddle. That's definitely not what I would call an OTK paddle. Not that you can't use it like that, obviously, but it's not a small paddle.
Yeah, so bigger stuff can work. But yeah, just don't slide them into that advanced position of like straddling the knee, because like I said, it might lead to something like they're not expecting, you're not expecting, or not wanting in general. And like another one of our friends on FET commented too about like the angle of that. So like you want to, when they're straddling the knee, you don't want your like leg kind of like angled downward. You want to elevate that up so they kind of slide into position, so they are elevated at an angle. So like imagine the butt kind of being pushed into the air like in an upward angle direction, so that they feel secure. Because if they feel like they're like going to fall off your leg, like they're not going to be getting into it. You're not putting the pressure where you need to, and they don't feel like secure.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, cause you feel secure, like, cause I like lift it. Yeah. It's kind of a workout for the top.
Well, I do also think like height and size might have an effect on that more so with that over the knee position over other ones. Like that is a benefit of the being over both. Like if you're a shorter top, like that's something like I don't top very often, but I'm just under 5'2", so I'm pretty short.
Fun size,
petite. And so I like the over the both lap because I can like sit really comfortably. And I sat like, as they say in preschool, I sat crisscross applesauce and had a latte over my lap one time in one of the parties. And I was just like super comfy because even over one leg for me, like it's hard unless they're short like me, or like if I'm on a bed and they're over one leg and they have somewhere for their body to go, or a couch where they have room, because like I can never, like, you can sit in a chair and put me over one knee and support me entirely, over one knee where like my hands are on the floor, but I like can't really do that with someone who's bigger than me. So there's also those kind of factors.
True. And even the other one that we didn't mention, which is technically over the knee, I don't know that we've even done this. I don't think so. It's not really a very realistic one. I think you have to have the right kind of bottom for it, but it's where you're kind of standing up like Captain Jack style.
I've been wanting to try that with you.
We should try that.
Because, so you're standing
like pirate style.
Yeah, like you're Captain Morgan.
Yeah, that's it. Captain Morgan.
And then the bottom is dangling. That's technically, I guess that's over the knee, but I wouldn't consider that in the realm of like the normal over the knee. Like that's
what are we calling that? Like POTK, like pirate OTK?
I don't know, but I have done that once.
Oh yeah? What do you think?
It was very uncomfortable and very hard on my abs.
Stomach?
I felt like I was doing a plank like a lot of the time because I had to like, but I was told by someone later that that's on the top, and the top wasn't supporting me well enough if I was
because you should be having pressure on your hips, right?
I think. I don't know.
We don't know. We're giving advice on something we haven't tried, but
we'll get back to you guys.
We'll get back to you on that.
Well, sometime before the next podcast, we'll just throw it in there and
my thoughts on it are the top needs to have you a little bit further back, which is a little bit scary for the bottom because you could fall.
Like forward,
a little bit more forward,
like upside down.
Because that way the pressure is on the hips and not the
it was
ab.
right up here, like more on my stomach. It was very uncomfortable.
That's not good.
But I was told later that was on the top. Not.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So, all right. Anyway, other positions.
Okay. So what's another position you think?
I would say the two other most common ones. So let's go through our most common ones that we do is laying on a bed over pillows.
Yep.
So our bent over bed standing, which are kind of similar. So
depends on the height of the bed too.
That's true. I can't always even bend over.
Sometimes she has to hop up onto the bed, it's a little bit of this. But...
Like when we played at that hotel and you leaned up a chair against the bed and I was trying to kneel over the back of the chair on the bed and and I ended up standing on it. Then you can invent positions.
Yes, you can.
So laying on bed, you don't have to lay over pillows, but it's a lot better.
Because it elevates the butt.
Yeah.
So it kind of brings the butt up, gives it more like presentability.
Yeah, and when you lay completely flat, like your sit spots are kind of covered, like you're not all not all the angles are accessible. So we usually lay over a couple pillows. I would say that's probably my second favorite position, but that's I think has a lot to do with the fact that I love straps, and that's really lends itself well to
it does.
Strappings.
Yeah, I've seen too, I haven't been able to find them in the stores, and I'm sure I could probably Amazon it, but I've seen these kind of angled, I don't know if they're therapy or sleep wedges.
We really got to get a wedge.
We need a wedge thing because I think that would work really well because it's kind of an edge you're laying on, and it really puts the butt up where we need it for that.
But yeah, I think that's probably the next, that's probably, I would say, the most versatile position.
Yeah.
Because you can, spread your legs a little and, get at the thighs, when you like to be mean and strap my inner thighs. Or you can, I don't know, I feel like it's easy to, no matter, whether you're right-handed or left-handed.
Yeah.
To hit, you can turn I'll just turn over on the bed and you can start working my other side without you having to move, really.
Yeah, that's true. And the other thing too is it lends itself to moving into different positions. I can adjust her and be okay, now get on all fours kind of thing. And because you're already on the bed. So it's
I would also not recommend all fours for new players or light bottoms.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
How come? Tell us more.
I don't wanna.
Tell us more, babe.
You don't do that very often.
Come on, babe.
So, I don't, if you didn't know. So the two positions that, from what I have experienced, have been told that really stretch your skin out are that, being on all fours, or on your elbows and your knees to where you're bent over like that because your skin, and then diaper position stretches your skin out a lot. So diaper position, I'm sure you can imagine if you don't already know what it is, you're laying on your back and your legs are lifted up like how you would change a diaper, thus diaper position. But yeah, so when you're on all fours, you're stretched out, and when your skin is tight, it stings a lot more when you're being spanked. And then I also think the all fours is harder than diaper position to hold on top of that. So personally, that's one of my least favorite positions. Stop, dude. I'm not.
You can't tell through the audio on this, but I'm grinning ear to ear. Because I am very excited to hear this piece of information. It's things I feel I knew, but
maybe not to the extent.
Maybe not to the extent of how much I like hearing this.
You don't do that very often. So
I know.
I wasn't super excited for you to listen to how much I hate it.
Well, and you can kind of like from that like all fours position, you can get them to go down into like the like downward dog like yoga.
Well,
position.
yeah. So like that would be like if you're standing. That would be awful.
Oh.
I can't do that. Downward dog would be like if you're standing.
I thought it's like angled like.
It is, but when you're on your feet, you're not on your knees.
Oh, okay. I thought you were on your knees. What's
No.
the one where you're like angled up on your knees?
I don't know. Like
It's downward dog.
No, it's not.
Oh. Anyway, my point was like if you're on your knees to like go down on just
like more on your like shoulders or lower on your elbows.
Yeah.
Like laying more on your chest on the bed.
So like
So you're
angles
more
it
like
up.
yeah. Which also stretches your skin a lot.
Yeah, and you got to be careful too because that's going to expose like for men, you know, your penis is going to be out, balls is going to be out.
Yeah, and for women, your vagina. So like
And that's not the best thing to be hitting. I mean, like some people are into that.
Listen, yeah. You know, if you're into that, that's fine.
But
I personally prefer not to have accidental strikes between my legs.
Yeah.
But same with bending over. So if you're bending over a bed, so you can be standing, bending over a bed, or kneeling, like on like a chest or an ottoman or things like that, which is actually one of my favorite positions. I like that a lot because I just find it more comfortable. Like, and I'm short, so it has to be the right height bed for me to be able to stand and bend over.
Yeah, but like most spankos, like the times that we have checked into a hotel room and like walked right in and we like see like a little ottoman they may have or like a little like table or something that's like absolutely perfect for your like short stature.
Yeah.
Or just to pervert and have fun.
Yeah.
We love that.
Yeah.
Because it's like a spanking bench in hotels.
I feel like hotel furniture designers are all secretly kinky.
They
because
must be.
Swear every hotel room we go into has some sort of pervertible furniture.
Yeah, they've got like the principal's office in almost every single one. Like a spot where you can work. And then they normally have some kind of like spanking chair like in the corner.
Yep.
Like some dad chair.
Mm-hmm.
And then some of them have a little ottoman.
Mm-hmm.
If we've gotten the ones that are like the suites, they've got like this like little kitchenette area. It's like got all the vibes.
Yeah.
And all the utensils and all that stuff. And then the bedroom is normally set up really well for it too. Like normally they put those beds at the right heights to just.
Except, you know, it's funny when we were talking about the OTK, I was going to mention that the first time that we played, when we reconnected, you did a lot of spanking of me over both your legs in the bed because you were at a hotel with that giant bed that I couldn't bend over. We couldn't be like normal bent over OTK.
Well, when we say
your feet couldn't even reach the floor.
When we say that it's like was a tall bed,
it was like
I could barely get up on it, and I'm normal sized. I'm like 5'10".
Yeah,
and I could barely get up.
It was like a bed for giants, and you did almost all the spanking. The OTK spanking you did all over both your legs.
Yeah, because I didn't really have.
Because we didn't have an option.
Yeah, it was no choice. And this is one of the ones that did not have one of those cool like spanking ottomans.
Sadly, no.
We only went there a couple times.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So that's that. Okay. Rewinding back, I know we were like on the bed thing. Diaper position is like that's number 2 for me. So like OTK
like
is
number
definitely
2 worse. Yeah.
No, favorite. Favorite. So like number 1 is OTK. Number 2 is diaper position. That is like that hits all the vibes for me. I get to see all the goods. The skin is stretched out.
It's very painful and it's extra
very
embarrassing.
Painful. I'm holding the legs. I normally will do that. I'll hold the legs. You can make your bottom hold the legs. Like you can make them reach around and hold their thighs. It's super embarrassing, right? Like it has the embarrassment factor that maybe the other positions don't have.
Do be careful though particularly if you're newer or using straps in that position. Like it's very easy to miss or wrap really bad where you're not realizing it. But it's also like it lends itself well to smaller OTK implements too, because you can kind of just hit wherever. So, you know, if you're new to experiencing it and you want to try it, like you can easily do that with lesser implements.
Or you can just do it with your hand.
Yeah, or your hand.
Because the hand, I mean, you're going to know where you're swinging and hitting with that.
Yeah.
And you can be kind of like broader with it. And you're going to get, like I said, it's going to be worse. We're just the most sadistic people. It's going to be worse because, yeah, true. I mean, it's just, I love it. I mean, there's a reason it's my number 2. I like love that her thighs are tight in that position, butt's tight, sit spot's tight, everything's tight. And you can feel that it hurts more.
You get to see their face.
Oh yeah. You wanna really embarrass them? Put them in the diaper position and look them in the eyes. I love that. She'll look away and look at me. No, I really don't. I don't say that.
No, you don't.
She looks at me. Because I've got.
No, I don't.
I think because
I cover.
No, you totally look. I've seen you look, but I think it's because I've like probably had the biggest grin on my face ever. Right?
That's true.
When you're in that position, I'm just like super happy.
Usually I look at you because I'm trying to argue my way out of it.
You're like, no. I'm
like, no, stop! I'll turn over.
I'll do anything.
And you're like, nope, too late.
Well, and then even this morning when we woke up and she was in bed and we're like getting ready to get out. Like I kind of had her in that position. So I was like spanking her like that. And then I pulled her legs down. I spanked her thighs and was like playing a drum solo thing.
Ridiculous.
It was great.
Speaking of drum solos, another awesome position, wheelbarrow position.
Wheelbarrow. But I will say, okay, public service announcement. I loved wheelbarrow position. It's a great position. Very hot. Great look. You got access to everything. It's all in your face. It's very close.
You want to explain what it is before you make the public service announcement?
I will. Oh yeah, it's true. So that's where the bottom is like
your stomach is on the top's knees and your legs are wrapped around them backwards. Like you're straddling around them and you're on your stomach.
Yeah. Isn't that like a reverse cowgirl?
Yes, but if you're a reverse cowgirl would be like, I would be upright and we'd be having sex.
Yes.
But yes, if you took a reverse cowgirl and you went
laid
forward,
her down and you said, yeehaw, lay down, little lady.
And then you can either do that where you're like on a couch or a chair and then the bottom is really bent over, like where their elbows are on the floor, or you can do it on a bed where they're just kind of like laid in between your feet.
Okay, back to the public service announcement. Great position. Lovely views. The best views, 5 stars on Yelp. Okay. But here's the realistic thing. Most of us are older or at least like middle-aged. This position is not the most comfortable. It really is not.
For you?
No, for
really?
you.
Oh, for me, yes.
For you. Oh no, it's very comfortable for me. I'm just sitting there taking in the views from the top of the mountains. But no, for the bottom, it's really difficult because you can think the blood is rushing to the head because they're facing down. They're normally going to be having their elbows on something. I'd strongly recommend putting down like a pillow, a towel. Remember, if you're doing this in a hotel room, like a lot of us kinky kinksters are, you're meeting people and playing at national parties or even just meeting up with people and being like, hey, come back to my hotel room because my neighbors, I don't want them to know about this. But like if you're playing in a tunnel, just think about how many people have like walked around in their bare feet and that it's a germaphobe's nightmare. I'm a bit of a germaphobe. Your face
is really on the floor. We need to try it on the bed, like where I'm laying on the bed. I bet that'll be a lot better.
That can be good. Yeah, try it on the bed.
We'll do that again. And so what do we have to try? We have to try the Captain Morgan and wheelbarrow on the bed and report back to the people.
Arg. But yeah, just be careful. Just be mindful of the bottom. I've also seen a lot of people with, like I said, middle-aged to older back problems. This isn't like a grade A strain on your back. This is not a fun position when you're bent over like that.
We did it for just a few minutes. He was messing around. He was literally he plays the drums, and he was playing drums on my butt with his drumsticks. And it was fun, but it was after a couple of minutes, I was like, okay, we got to get out.
Yeah, because it's a lot of blood
and
rush.
You're upside down, like
it can make you nauseous. You get nauseous with it.
Yeah, well, if we've eaten a lot,
it's like a fair ride.
It's like a fair ride.
It looks fun in theory, and then you're on there and you're like, well, this is freaking wild. Yeah, so there's that. The drumsticks too. That was fun. That was great.
That was very fun.
Because I hit pretty hard when I play drums too. And so I was just basically just transitioning that to hitting pretty hard on her butt with my drumsticks.
It was really fun and it was stingy. And then when I went to bed, I was like, I'm really sore. I think it was like I was telling you this morning, it was because it was so fast and all these little spots, it stung, but it wasn't that bad. And then I'm in bed, I'm ouchie, like, this feels much worse than it did a minute ago. Like, what's happening?
I told our friend, one of our friends on FET, we were joking in the comments section because I posted a picture on this, but he's like, we need to start a band. I'm like, yeah, I want to get like a full drum set. I just need a few more toms and a snare drum, and I can play the whole thing. I don't know how we would do cymbals with that.
You could like line up a bunch of
Linus. Line you up and like have like a whole drum set, like frigging feel it in the air tonight. Dun, 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 dun. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh, that's gonna be the hit of the podcast. Me singing.
Oh God.
Yeah. So wheelbarrow position's really fun.
We'll get back to you. I think on bed, I've done it on a bed. It's much, much more comfortable.
Yeah.
I've only done it once. It was just like a fun hand spanking, but
yeah,
definitely we'll have to try that more.
Yeah, we'll try it because then like the way I imagine that working is like me sitting at the end of the bed, like kind of like straight up, and then her straddling.
Yeah, that's what it would be like.
Yeah, that's another one that can go intimate pretty quick.
Yeah.
So another thing to think about.
Oh yeah, once I did it where it was kind of like that, but like if we had an ottoman in front of the couch and you're on the couch and I'm wheelbarrow but laying on the ottoman.
That could work.
I did that once.
10 out of 10 or what?
It was a great, good time.
Good time.
Much better than holding myself up by my arms and neck.
Yeah.
And then I think we do a lot of, so if you have a couch we do a lot of like kneeling on the couch where your elbows are over the back of the couch.
Yep.
That's very common for us. And just recently we started doing where my feet are on the couch and I'm like bent over with my elbows on the floor that way.
Yeah, kind of like a wheelbarrow position, just like I'm not in between her legs.
That's not as uncomfortable on my neck though, actually, because I feel more supported on the part of the couch. Like when I'm wheelbarrow here, like almost all of my torso and like the weight is more here. Like we're here, I'll just go like just far enough to hold myself up with my elbows, but I can keep more of my weight on the couch.
Yeah, and they totally just saw exactly where you were pointing.
Yeah, I know.
They're like, if here, then here, and when I'm here. And they're like, oh, perfect. Totally know what you're talking about.
I feel like being bent over an arm of the couch with your feet on the couch and your elbows on the floor is less strenuous for me a little bit on my neck than the wheelbarrow position.
I agree. The other way...
it does get, like, I still couldn't sustain that for a very long time.
Yeah. The other way you can do it too with the couch, another position, is the reverse of that. So they're leaned over the edge of the couch, but they're facing like into the couch.
Right. So your feet are on the ground, you're over the arm of the couch. Or if your couch is short enough or you're tall enough, you can even do that with the back of the couch. Yeah, the back of the couch. Which I've done occasionally, but I usually end up like with my feet in the air and then I'm like halfway.
Yeah.
I'm like mostly on the couch.
The couch is great. I mean, there's just a lot of positions you can do. I would say we do probably like 60 to 70% of our spankings on the couch.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say?
We do a lot more than on the bed.
Yeah, it's just a better environment. I don't know. It's easier to access things and try different things, and it's more vibey. I think.
Yeah, I think we pretty rarely do. I mean, we'll do like laying on the bed.
Yeah.
You don't bend me over beds very often because I'm short.
Yeah.
And then we do have that one shorter bed, which kind of works well for OTK. It's like couch height. It's like a day bed.
Oh yeah, day bed.
But yeah, I would say we utilize the couch the most, and we are both big fans of our recent discovery of like over that way off the couch. That's been fun.
It's great for pictures too.
Yes.
The aftermath.
Yeah. I'll probably be posting one shortly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say your most common OTK positions that you do with me are laying over pillows or where I'm kneeling on the couch and leaning on the back of the couch.
Yeah.
I think you do that pretty frequently.
Yeah. And other thing we do too on the couch normally when we do OTK is like, so I'm going to sit in the middle of the couch basically, and then she's going to lay over my knee. I normally will give her a pillow, does help, like a pillow on under her head, basically. Yeah. I think that's helps like support you and feel like you're not just like digging into the corner of the couch.
Yeah, and it's much. I do like that a lot better is when you're doing OTK on a couch where you can have your torso on the couch as opposed to like, even though OTK in a chair where you're upside down is a vibe, like it does have a little bit more of, I feel like it has a little bit more of a helpless vibe and that vulnerable vibe because you have to like hold yourself up. Like you can reach back with one hand, but like when I'm on the couch, sometimes I can try to like sneak my other hand.
Oh yeah, through the like
crevice. Through the crevice in between your stomach.
And she's so short that like I'm like, I don't even know what you think you're gonna block with that hand.
Nothing.
Like it's like I'm like, what? Like get out of here.
1 inch at the top of my butt.
I'll like fold both hands in that moment. I'm like, you're very silly. You're a very silly girl.
Like it's just
it's like you're not gonna get that.
Like you don't know. You just can't help not to. Like it's very difficult.
She creeps it through it. No, daddy.
But when you're OTK just over a chair, you're supporting yourself.
Yeah. Well, chairs are versatile too. Like we haven't used it a lot, but if you kind of reverse around on a chair, I think that's pretty hot where the butt's kind of hanging over.
Yeah, like if you're sitting with your chair backwards, like you're too cool for school kind of kid.
Like leaning forward about to fall over.
Yeah. That, I think, what we need to get if we want to keep doing is a shorter chair.
Yeah.
That I can get my arms over.
Yeah. We'll have to go into like a store and just have you start sitting in chairs backwards and I'll be like looking at your butt and seeing if anybody notices.
That's hard for me to do because I'm not tall enough and then I'm just like smushed into the back of the chair.
We could ask a chair salesman and just be like, look, we do a lot of spanking at home and like we're trying to find a short chair so she can like turn around, look like a too cool for school kid and I can spank her butt. Do you have any of those? What do you think? Maybe it'd be helpful? Like rooms to go?
You also said you wanted to get like a big spanking chair, like a big armless comfy chair.
Yeah. Like we see them in like hotels and then like random VRBOs and stuff like where it's like, oh, look at that spanking chair.
Yeah.
Where does one buy the spanking chairs?
That I would rather invest in that before
I agree.
And we invest in a tiny chair for me.
I agree. But the chairs can work for that way, like turning around. Also like kind of like kneeling on the chair, like similar like
get a pillow if it's not a comfy chair.
Yeah, and then they can
That's
kneel,
rough on the knees.
Be on their knees, and then you can spank them, and then they can't really go anywhere.
And you can bend completely over a chair, like either side, and your stomach's on the chair, and you're across the chair.
Yeah.
We don't do that a lot, but...
Well, we saw, like, one of the dungeons we went to had built, like, an OTK, like,
that was weird.
Short spanking chair that, like, was like it was like two chairs next to each other, but, like, one was much lower, and it was kind of, like, to support the knees.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird.
It's kind of weird.
Oh, we didn't really talk about like spanking benches and stuff, but
oh yeah, spanking benches are great.
I mean I don't super well, I guess I like the ones that are more like you kneel and you bend over like a bed as opposed to one that one would like think of, which is like kind of like a hobby horse, like a
oh yeah, like an A-frame.
Yeah, where you have somewhere
working dad's thing
for your knees and your elbows. I don't find those very comfortable personally.
Yeah, because they kind of like, well, I got in a really bad Facebook algorithm and it's like showing me all this like medieval torture stuff, which is really weird. I didn't look any of this up. And like, I think I clicked on one thing and it's like, oh, this is what you're into. And I'm like, no, but they did used to like make people sit on those like A-frames, like as torture. And so like, if you think about the A-frame, like and sitting on it or laying on it, it's like not the most comfortable one. We haven't played on one that's like more of a wider A-frame like that, and I think you would like that because that kind of like lends itself to similar to the ottoman things that we found at hotels that we like, which are more of a square, because then she can not only like lay spread across it, but she can also be on her knees and up, and it's all about the right height too. I will say that because we played last night we played with some friends of ours, did kind of like a double date thing.
A double spanko date.
A double spanko date, which
was
was really
fun.
really fun. We went to like a Colombian restaurant.
Yeah.
Which I don't think I
As
haven't had.
soon as, I'll be posting a picture pretty soon once I get there okay for that, so.
Yeah, but we went out, we played with them. We did a little light a little spankatizer before we went out to dinner.
Yeah.
And then came back and played some more. But he bought this like medical bed thing.
Table thing.
That I guess it would be for like an OBGYN thing. Is that kind of what?
He said he got it. Did he say he got it from like a manicurist or massage lady?
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah.
But it was able to like raise up
and
tilt.
So you would like kneel. There was a platform for you to kneel on, and then you would lay over the table. But then the table could go up and it could tilt forward.
Yeah.
It was very cool.
So it was able to give us like the position that we wanted, which is her butt very high in the air. And like,
it was pretty comfortable for me.
Yeah. And adjusted. So like the girl we were playing with is a little bit taller.
A little bit.
She's twice Fly's height.
she's 10 feet tall.
I really feel like she's almost twice your height.
She's taller than
That's
you.
what it feels like.
By a few inches.
You'll see when we post the picture. It's like, she's a bit taller than Fly.
She must be like 6'3".
Or like 7'10". Oh, she's much higher. But anyway, we were able to adjust the table up so it came higher up to her like swing. So it was a more natural swing for her because you're going to get more power, if that butt is at the right height for you. You have downward pressure like when you're spanking like OTK, but when the butt is like up in the air, you've got just better. It's a better swing. You can get a more solid hit. We went to like a seminar on that once, and it was interesting.
Doesn't count as a seminar. Don't squirrel into that.
All right,
that's a whole thing.
But either way, you want the butt like you're swinging at a baseball, like on a t-ball set. Like if you can swing it, you're gonna get more power and hit, because that's why they like in t-ball. That's why they adjust that the where the batter's swinging depending on the height, because if it's at the optimal height, you're just gonna get a better swing overall, and you're gonna hit a home run.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's something cool that we got to play with this weekend. Yeah. We liked it.
And then just to touch on it, even though you can do standing positions like with your hands against the wall or
in the corner like you guys love.
Yeah. We don't.
She rolled her eyes at me.
Or like you can bend over like you said in downward dog. Stuff like that's kind of hard on my legs and back, like because you have to support yourself a lot more and like take the force of like if it's a paddle, like you feel it more, like push your body.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, I don't know if that's why you don't do that to me very often, but I just don't.
Like I can't like myself. I don't think I can bend over to touch. Well, that's like the whole vibey thing of those like, all right, young lady, bend over and grab your ankles.
We did do a video once where I was bent over.
Oh yeah,
holding myself up, but we were just messing around. Like I don't think I'd be able to take like a lot or heavy implements like that without falling over. But I also have, I have some problems with my knees and back and things like that.
But that's the way they kind of did it back in the day. They would say like bend over and grab your ankles, or pull down your pants and grab your ankles. But I think it's more realistic if it's like bend over and put your hands on your knees, right?
Yeah.
Because then, you're kind of, it's just, I don't know. Like I personally cannot touch my toes. Like,
I can touch my toes.
Well, that's impressive.
I can put my foot behind my ear.
You're freaking wild. We should try that position. All right, young lady, foot behind your ear.
No, thank you.
Time for your thigh spanking.
No, thank you.
But yeah, we don't use the standing up. It's not as fun for me. I don't know. I like the connection and like having her close to me and touching me most of the time. Obviously, when we're playing with friends and stuff like that, it's fun. Like if I have like two girls, like I want to be able to like kind of go back and forth without having to be like, okay, you stand up now, you come over. Like it's more fun for me to have you both on the couch so I can spank them both at the same time.
Right.
Same thing with the beds. Like I can spank them both at the same time.
Right.
It's easier to reach things. So it really is going to depend on who you're playing with and the amount of people you're playing with, right?
Yeah. And always, I guess I don't know that we had too much of a PSA with this. We were just kind of giving a a variety of opinion and options, but the biggest takeaway is, as always, communicate. But take new positions slow. Don't start with your heaviest implement. Start with your hand, see how it feels. You know, like I said, with me, like sometimes, like the position we did in the video or like bending over, like I know I wouldn't be able to take something hefty with that because I would feel it in my hips because I have I have leg issues and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
just and be cognizant of, you know, skin is going to be tighter in any position where your legs are more stretched out. I would just always say, like, if you're a beginner, I would really recommend starting with either over the knee or like laying on a bed or kneeling kind of bent over a bed. I think are all the ones that kind of would be like what I would consider basic and
Yeah.
like not too strenuous on your body.
Yeah, and I think like too, like if you're even if you're like advanced player, like you've been doing this for a while, my advice is when you're like playing with new people, kind of set up that first spanking as like we've said before, run the bag. You're kind of like trying all the implements, trying things out, but also kind of run the bag as far as positions, not just implements. Like do a few different variations of this, do an over the knees, do it on the bed, do over the couch, do all these things and get feedback and just be like, where did you feel most comfortable? Because the bottom's going to tell you where they liked, and you want to push that button as much as you can, because even though a lot of this is disciplinary and spanking and pain and all these things, it's still about the comfortability of that bottom, because you're going to get your best scenes and your best connection and your best discipline. All of it is going to come when that bottom is comfortable to where they're not going to get distracted by the position and fall out of that headspace that you want them in.
Right.
So I just think you've got to communicate. We say that a lot on the podcast. Communication is key, and literally all of this, a bottom's going to want to give you that feedback. Don't be afraid bottoms to give that feedback. Tops, don't be quick to be like, oh, they're just being bratty by saying they don't want this position. No, they're going to tell you what position they are most comfortable in. And that, once again, that is the button you need to push to have a healthy dynamic, healthy play partner, relationship, friendship, all these things. Push that button over and over and over again, because that's the right way to do it. That's the way that's going to work the best for everybody. And just find out what it is.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. I don't think that's done enough,
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say we even really did that, like, where we, like, actually kind of talked about different positions or anything, and I'm not saying that, like, we learned things going and continuing, like, that's something that's almost it was kinda like, "Oh, actually, that's something you kinda should talk about."
Yeah.
I don't think it's obviously there are a lot more important things to talk about when you're
Right.
getting started with a new partner, but yeah, throw that into your repertoire of
Yeah.
getting to know you spankings.
Well, and like I will say, when I lay her over my lap and we get into that OTK position, like if you know your partner and you're connected with your partner and a position is like a good one for both of you, you're going to see the stars align and get all
Yeah,
the
I don't
feelings.
feel like I don't think we ever really needed to, but I definitely think like going forward, like it's definitely something I'll think about more now, when we like meet new people or whatever.
I love the way you say going forward.
Forward.
How do you say it? Forward?
Forward.
It's forward, and you say forward.
Forward.
I love that. It's one of my favorite cute things that you do.
Well, if you lived in Massachusetts longer, you'd say it like that too.
Yeah.
Forward.
Forward.
It's forward.
I think they would say forward.
Yeah, forward.
But you say
Well, I don't have the strongest Massachusetts accent, so like it's a little bit of both.
Yeah. But what we're saying here is keep learning, keep exploring and keep communicating, because like that's the biggest thing. Another big thing that I just see, like people that get set in their ways, and just be open to find new things. Like the double date we did last night that we were talking about, like there was a lot of like implements I wouldn't use. I went home with a new implement, a horse sweat scraper.
That's what he said it was.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a horse sweat scraper.
You'll have to post a picture on
Yeah,
because I wouldn't It's like
looks like a shoehorn.
It looks like a really long shoehorn, like a rubbery plastic kind of shoehorn.
Yeah.
Plastic, not really.
Or like have you seen those like highlight things where you like throw the balls?
Oh yeah, but like a really small one.
Yeah, like a really small one. So I'll post a picture of it. But like just there's new stuff we're learning about. I didn't know this stuff. Like he told me about it. He's like, yeah, it makes a pop. It kind of feels like a cane on one side and more thuddy on the other. And like I didn't know that. And like so I just like when I'm playing and I'm seeing new things or like learning new things, I just absorb it like a sponge and never
a
be
lot
set.
of other non-spanking torturous things that tickle and
I'm getting into tickling lately. It's very fun. Very fun. She sounds so whimpery during that, and
it's so bad.
I'm a sucker for the whimpers. But yeah, always be open to learning. I mean, that is how I've come along in my career in spanking.
And always be open to try. Like, try everything once.
Yeah. Yeah, I got electrocuted last night. That's weird, but I did it.
Electrocuted. You played with electricity.
Yeah.
You got shocked a little.
That was very shocking. I was like, oh, I'm not an electric guy. I'll wield it, but I don't want to be shocked.
I liked that.
Yeah, it looked like a little one of those little balls at a museum.
I didn't like that other thing he had though. That was like a mini cattle prod thing.
Oh gosh, it looked like a knife.
Yeah, that looked like a knife, but it was a little shocker. That was not like a gentle tingly shock. That was like a shock. I was like, no thanks. That's not for me.
He's like, that's the lightest setting. Like, oh, no. That's a hard pass.
Hard pass.
Hard pass. But yeah, just be open to new things. Like try stuff. I mean,
communicate.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing I think we always land back on is always be talking. Communication is really key in these things. It helps you know where everybody's feeling and lying, and what they're talking about is normally how they're feeling. So just ask the questions, don't be afraid, and I'll always empower the bottoms to like speak up too, because like tops can't read your mind, and bottoms ask questions of the tops, because you probably can't read their mind either, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we connect. You read me very well.
Yeah.
But we've communicated a lot.
Right.
Like, it's not like that just like magically happened.
Right. Yeah, we communicate a lot. And normally I would say you're going to connect with the people that fit your style. Like if communication is like, if you communicate in a certain way, your match as a top or bottom or whatever is probably going to communicate in that same way because you're going to connect in that way.
Yeah.
So we talk the same kind of language, which is sarcasm.
Dorky sarcasm.
Bratanese.
Oh my God, just stop. Again.
Bratanese. Well, right. I hope you enjoyed our squirreling.
We covered the things.
Yeah. Food, play, electricity, all the things. The positions. But yeah, so like go check us out on FET. Reach out to us, message us if you have questions.
And in some future episode, we will squirrel back to this and tell you how Captain Morgan and bed wheelbarrow position went.
Yeah.
For us.
Yeah, we'll scroll back to this. But yeah, message us on FetLife. Follow us, friend us on FetLife. We're nice people. We'll talk to you. Be cool. That's what I'll say.
If you're a nice person.
We'll talk to you if you're not like crazy, vulgar, weird vibes.
Yeah.
Silence of the Lambs, serial killer vibes. Like we're not into that.
Okay.
But yeah, reach out to us on there and follow or go listen to our podcast. If you are already listening to this, you probably found out where we are, but we're on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and Spotify right now, and Podbean, which I don't know if anybody, we have a follower on Podbean. I'm like, cool. But yeah, so we'll talk to you next time for another exciting episode on how to turn those bottoms red.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thanks so much.